From a warm, professional welcoming, this is Neural Newscast for May 7th, 2026. I'm Marcus Shaw. Today, we look at the volatile landscape of United States-Iran negotiations and the ongoing strikes across the region.
And I'm Margaret Ellis. Diplomatic signals from the White House and Tehran are increasingly at odds with the military activity we're seeing on the ground in the Persian Gulf.
It is a high-stakes pivot. President Trump stated today that a ceasefire is effectively in place, though he characterized recent United States strikes on Iranian positions as a, quote, love tap. The president expressed confidence that the conflict could resolve before his visit to China next week, banking on a 14-point memorandum of understanding to end the war.
Reports from Axios and Reuters suggest this memorandum requires Iran to halt uranium enrichment for at least 12 years. In return, the United States would lift sanctions and release billions in frozen assets. However, there is a significant gap between Washington's optimism and the reality in Tehran. Iranian Parliament Speaker Mohammad Bakr Ghalibaf recently dismissed the reports as Operation Trust Me Bro, implying the United States text is more of a wish list than a settled agreement.
The mechanics of the deal also involve a 30-day window to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. But while the diplomats are talking, Margaret, the situation in the strait remains kinetic. CENTCOM recently confirmed it neutralized inbound threats by targeting Iranian missile and drone sites, as well as command and control nodes.
This activity reflects a broader strategic shift. Analysis from the Institute for the Study of War suggests Iran is attempting to fundamentally remake maritime norms by seeking international recognition of its sovereignty over the strait. This would allow Tehran to intercept vessels and collect tolls in Iranian currency, a practice they have already begun demanding from certain ships.
That explains why CENTCOM is maintaining such an assertive posture. They recently disabled an Iranian-flagged oil tanker, the MT Hasna, after it ignored warnings in the Gulf of Oman. CENTCOM maintains that the United States blockade on Iranian ports remains in effect, despite the president's talk of a ceasefire.
The friction extends to casualty reports as well. Iranian state media claims that strikes hit civilian areas in Bandar Qamir and Qeshm Island, labeling them ceasefire violations. While the United States denies targeting civilian infrastructure, these incidents create hurdles for the Pakistani mediators, who are trying to finalize Tehran's formal response, which is expected by Friday.
Beyond the Gulf, the IDF conducted its first strike in Beirut since the regional ceasefire began, killing a commander in Hezbollah's Radwan force. Israel is reportedly concerned that any United States UN deal might merely delay the nuclear threat, rather than dismantle it.
Regional coalitions are also solidifying. Saudi Arabia and Kuwait have restored United States access to their bases and airspace for Project Freedom, the operation to escort ships through the strait. This restoration of access is a major logistical win for the United States military presence in the region, regardless of the diplomatic outcome.
It is a complex balance of power. We see the White House pushing for a swift diplomatic exit, while CENTCOM and regional allies reinforce the military architecture required to maintain the blockade if those talks fail.
The next 48 hours will be critical as we wait for Tehran's formal response to the proposal. If Iran maintains its red lines on uranium stockpiles and sovereignty over the strait, the more aggressive stance previously signaled by the president could return as the dominant narrative.
From Neural Newscast, I'm Marcus Shaw.
And I'm Margaret Ellis. Neural Newscast is AI-assisted, human-reviewed. View our AI transparency policy at neuralnewscast.com.